So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to apologize to one of the followers of our channel, Joseph Mendoza, because I was thinking of him the other day when he was commenting on different podcasts. And I thought I already did a podcast up his alley, but he reminded me I didn't do it. And I apologize, Joseph. And I think it's a great suggestion. I thought I did it before because I've done so many Oakland A's players. But to forget him is not what we do in baseball. One of the most charismatic players ever in A's history. And the name that was worth a million comments back in the day because it sounded like a Louisiana kind of shaman that was also your local cook of jambalaya, like a good shaman cook. Blue Moon Odom. Now, Johnny Lee Blue Moon Odom, a native of Macon, Georgia, beautiful community, is an American former pro baseball player who won 3 World Series with the A's in the 1970s. He did everything for them, even pinch running. We'll get into that in a second. He pitched right-handed from 64 through 76. Again, most notably as a member of the Oakland A's dynasty that won 3 straight World Series titles between 72 and 74. He was part of a combined no-hitter with his new team, the White Sox, in 76. And he was a two-time All-Star who also took the field for the Indians and Braves. Now, he was nicknamed Blue Moon in grade school by a classmate who thought Odom's round face resembled the moon. He led Ballard Hudson High School in Macon to 2 consecutive state titles while amassing a 42-2 record. He signed with the Kansas City Athletics upon graduation. Now, he began his pro baseball career with the Birmingham Barons of the Southern League, which I had the opportunity to cover many years ago when some alumni I met at Cooperstown. After one season in Birmingham, he received a September call up to the Kansas City Athletics in 1964 and made his major league debut at just 19 on September 5th at Municipal Stadium in Kansas City. Now, Odom lasted just 2 innings against the Yankees, giving up a 3-run home run in the first inning to Mickey Mantle and surrendering 3 more runs in the second before giving way to the bullpen. Now, he spent the entire 65 season with the Lewistown Broncs of the Northwest League. For the season, he was 11-14 with a 427 earned run average and led the association in games started with 29 innings pitched with 198. He only made one appearance at the major league level all season, pinching 1 inning and allowing 1 earned run against the Senators on September 22nd. Now he split the 66 season between Kansas City and the Double-A Mobile A's, going 5-5 with a 2.49 ERA at the major league level. He began the 67 season in Kansas City, but was demoted in July with a 2-4 record and a 5.15 ERA. For the season, he went 3-8 with a 5.04 ERA. I think the number 13 was working against him that he was wearing. Now, he split the 66 season between KC and the Double-A Mobile A's, going 5-5 with a 2.49 ERA at the major league level. He began the 67 season in Kansas City, but was demoted in July with a 2-4 record of 5.15 ERA. For the season, he went 3-8 with a 5.04 ERA. Now, Odom's arrival as a quality major league starter would essentially coincide with the franchise's arrival the next season in Oakland. According to published reports, the change in temperature in Oakland served to his advantage because he was what he called a hot weather pitcher. That season, he improved to 16-10 with a 2.45 ERA once team owner Charlie O'Finley relocated his franchise. He also had a no-hitter against the Orioles broken up by a Davy Johnson single with 2 out in the ninth on June 7th, 68. Baltimore scored a run in the first on 3 walks as Odom walked 8 in the game. He finished third in the American League with 98 walks that campaign and tied Frank Bertania for the league lead in wild pitchers with 17. He was also named to his first All-Star game and pitched 2 scoreless innings. Now, Odom was simply dominant in the first half of the 69 season, going a stellar 14-3 with a 2.41 ERA heading into the All-Star break. He also showed himself to be one of the league's better hitting pitchers as he went 3-for-3 with a homer and 6 runs batted in against the Pilots on May 4th. That was, of course, their first and only campaign. He was named to his second consecutive All-Star team, but was tagged for 5 runs, 4 earned, in just a third of an inning as the National League cruised to a 9-3 victory. His numbers tailed off considerably following the All-Star break as he went 1-3 with a 4.09 ERA in the second half of the season and kind of established the second half blues that have hit a lot of players of his quality in the modern era. Now, Odom was on the A's roster in both 70 and 71. After finishing second to the Twins 2 years in a row in the newly aligned American League West, the Athletics won the division in 71 but were swept by the Orioles 3 straight in the 71 ALCS. Now, prior to the start of the 72 season, he was shot twice while trying to prevent a burglary at his neighbor's house. He recovered and went 15-6 with a 2.50 ERA in a rotation that also included Catfish Hunter, Ken Holtzman, and Vida Blue as the A's cruised to a second division title in 72. Technically, only the Orioles, from a championship standpoint, was better in that rotation, in my opinion. Now, his first postseason start, he shut out the Tigers, holding them to just 3 hits in the second game of the ALCS to give the A's a 2-0 lead in series against the troops of Billy Martin. The Tigers came back to tie the series as Odom took the mound for Game 5 of the ALCS. He held the Tigers to just 1 earned run in 5 innings, and Blue pitched the final 4 innings as the A's bet the Tigers 2-1. Now, despite the fact that both pitchers pitched well and their team was now headed to the World Series, a fight broke out between the two men after the game. After going 24-8 with a 1.82 ERA and winning the Cy Young in 71, Blue had a disappointing 7-2 season and he went 6-10. As a result, manager Dick Williams decided to use Blue as a reliever in the postseason, and we don't know it was because he won the fight, Blue Moon won the fight, or lost the fight. Now, Blue was unhappy with the decision and made his feelings known. During the team's post-game celebration on October 12th, Blue joked with Odom that he choked and needed to be rescued by him. At some point, the joking turned serious and nearly came to blows. Now, Oakland held a 2-0 game lead against Cincinnati's Big Red Machine in the 72 World Series as Odom faced Jack Bellingham in Game 3. Odom had allowed just 1 hit and 2 walks while striking out 10 in 6 innings before giving up his first postseason earned run in his 7th. Unfortunately for Odom, Bellingham was even more dominant as he pitched 8 scoreless innings to lead the Cincinnati Reds to a 1-0 victory. And of course, the fake out of Johnny Bench in the late innings was a great moment, but it didn't help Oakland's fortunes in the contests. Now, in Game 5, which Odom became kind of a household word in many ways, he was used as a pinch runner with Oakland trailing 5-4 in the bottom of the ninth. With 1 out and Odom on third, he tried to score against Reds second baseman Joe Morgan, who caught a pop fly in foul territory and was thrown out at the home plate to end the ball game. Probably one of the most dramatic endings in World Series history. Now, Odom and Bellingham were again embroiled in a pitcher's duel in Game 7, this time with Odom leading 1-0 before both pitchers gave way to their bullpens. When the A's won the game 3-2, it gave the franchise their first world title since moving to Oakland. For the postseason, Odom was 2-1 with a .71 ERA and 18 strikeouts and 25.1 innings pitched, using a variety of pitchers, by the way, not really a fastball pitcher, but not a jug pitcher either. Now, though Odom fell to 5-12 with a 4.49 ERA in 73, his A's returned to the postseason. He was used in relief by Williams during the 73 playoffs. He made just 1 appearance in the LCS, pitching 5 innings and giving up just 1 earned run in their 6-0 loss to the Orioles in Game 2. Now, he made 2 appearances against the Mets in the World Series. In Game 2, he had 2 scoreless innings. Odom entered Game 4 of the series with only 1 out, 2 men on and 3 runs already aboard in the first. Odom got Don Hahn to ground a double play to end the inning. He left the game in the 4th without giving up a run. However, Darrell Knowles allowed both base runners he inherited from Odom to score. Now, used in relief in the 74 season, he earned his only career save on August 30 against the Tigers. The A's once again faced the Orioles ALCS, beating them in 4 games. Now, Odom's only appearance came in their Game 1 loss. Now, just prior to the start of the World Series against the Dodgers, Odom got into another fight with fellow A's reliever Rollie Fingers, this time in the A's locker room after Odom made a comment about Fingers' wife. Probably, Rollie, do you finger your wife? Maybe something like that. The incident lasted less than a minute. However, Fingers required 6 stitches in his head, and Odom sprained his ankle that had a noticeable limp. Regardless of his injury, Odom pitched a scoreless ninth in Game 2 and earned a win in Game 5. Odom faced just 1 batter, Davey Lopes, in the 5th and final game of the series. Lopes grounded out the end of 7th with the score tied 2-2. Rudy led off the following inning with a home run to put Oakland up 3-2 and gave Blue Moon the victory. Now, He made just 7 appearances for the A's in 75 before a May 20th trade sent him to the Indians for Dick Bosman and Jim Perry. That was supposed to be a big trade for Oakland, but it didn't work out. After just a month in Cleveland, Odom was traded again, this time to the Braves for Rorik Harrison. Odom went 2-9 with a 7.22 ERA for the three clubs. Now, he began the 76 season playing minor league ball for the Braves. It did not see any major league experience until a June 15 trade sent him to Chicago for Pete Varney. Just his second start for the Chi Sox on July 28. He combined with reliever Francisco Barrios to pitch a no-hitter against his former team, the A's. He pitched the first 5 innings, Barrios the last 4, in what would be his last big league victory. He pitched 6 games for Oakland's AAA affiliate, the San Jose Missions, in 77 before retiring. He was also asked to represent the Athletics at the 2008 first-year player draft, held June 5th in Lake Buena Vista, Florida. Career record 84 and 85, 370 ERA, 229 games started, 295 played, 15 shutouts. And what I like about Blue Moon, the charismatic aspect of who he was very workmanlike. He was an excellent athlete as well. Get this, just like Marcus Stroman with the Blue Jays, he was a pinch runner and hitter. Was used 105 times as a pinch runner. He also wielded a strong bat for a pitcher with a 195 career batting average, kind of in the Belanger Miriam Mendoza line. He had a 3-1 career record in the postseason with a 1.13 ERA and 27 strikeouts. However, personal life was troubled. He was arrested twice in 95. The first time was for selling cocaine to a co-worker. Then during the trial, he was arrested a second time on December 11th for assault with a deadly weapon as he held his wife Gail at gunpoint with a shotgun, holding police at bay for 6 hours. He ended up spending 6 weeks in alcohol rehabilitation and another 55 days in jail for the drug conviction. Now, Odom was eventually inducted into the Georgia Sports Hall of Fame in 2004. So it's too bad he was a little bit, what's a proper term, dramatic, but those swinging A's, you see the documentary, and a handsome guy too. The man turned down a lot of women and some men. He was a very, very, charismatic guy and a very handsome guy. I love watching Blue Moon play because you think he was doing nothing, all of a sudden he come up with a big strikeout. To me, by the way, personally, I think that 72 campaign, that's why I started becoming an A's fan, and it was 15-6 with a 2.5 ERA. And again, not the biggest strikeout pitcher. I think the most strikeouts he had in the season was 150. He would get, that 70 to 80 range. Career strikeouts, again, 857. So, but that 1-7 record with Atlanta in 75 was a deception. He wasn't that bad, but like I said, it wasn't really a good fit. And this was the year after Hank Aaron had left, so the Braves were trying to find their footing too. A lot of young players were coming up. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Mr. Mendoza. Always a great follower of our channel. If you like what we're doing with our Oakland A's podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. But I want you to look at the photos I'm going to put in this podcast, these baseball cards. You tell me if you're a 9 to 10-year-old kid growing up in the 70s and you're seeing this baseball player that doesn't draw attention. The man looked like Cool Papa Bell. He looked like a throwback to the Negro Leagues. That's what they're called, by the way, back in the day. I'm not putting down black people, the Negro Leagues. And, it's amazing. I've seen a few interviews with him back then, and he seemed to be a very, very soft-spoken guy. I think there was one interview, I think it was a game of the week, and I was watching in French, but if I noticed by the translation, he asked Blue Moon, he said, what do you expect from the Yankees? I think the Braves were playing. He said, what do you think? He said, they're Yankees. What do you expect? Sums it up. So thanks for listening. Give us a like, comment, subscribe, or share. And don't forget, just because it's the cold weather, we want to think about the boys of summer. Summer's only 4 months off, so let's get that field ready in time, okay? Bye.